You should scrap career plans for Wall Street or the city, London's financial district, and to study agriculture and mining instead. The power is shifting again from financial centers to the producers of real goods. The place to be is in commodities, raw materials, natural resources. And the other quote I'll get to shortly.
Who did your homework? Are they
I have
here?
a very good team.
Is she here? Is he here?
Nope, they're not.
I would
yet.
like to meet them. They did a good job. Well, whoever they are, you should give them a raise.
I think we first have to get them to start investing, as you say, in commodities.
Well, you know, we've had long periods in history when the financial types were in charge, and then long periods when the producers of real goods, followed by the financial types again. In 1958, there were 5,000 MBAs produced in America, none in the rest of the world. Last year, Joe, there were 200,000 MBAs in the U.S. and tens of thousands in the rest of the world. So there's massive competition in the financial area now. When I was at Oxford, when I was a kid, my professors used to say to me, "What is wrong with you? Why are you so interested in the stock market? The stock market is irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant to the English economy, much less the world economy. Why do you waste your time and ours on this?" Now, of course, every kid at Oxford wants to have a hedge fund in his room, in his dorm room. But it's a major change. In the 60s and 70s, Wall Street was a backwater, and the 50s, for many historic reasons. But then we had a bull market. Everybody gets an MBA now, hundreds of thousands of them out there, so there's massive competition. Financial companies, investment banks especially, are extremely leveraged now, which means they have a lot of debt, which never happened in the old days. There were partnerships, and the partners wouldn't take on a lot of debt because they knew they could go bankrupt. So you got huge debt, lots of competition, and governments don't like financial types anymore. They're constantly passing laws and regulations and special taxes because they're blaming all their problems on you, me, us. They say it's all our fault. It's their fault, but they don't. You've never heard a politician take the blame, so it's all because of us. So there's competition, anti-regulations coming, just like happened in the 30s, the last time Wall Street went into a decline, and there's a lot of competition. On the other hand, agriculture has been a nightmare of a business for 30 years. In America, well, first of all, there's been such a nightmare that we have consumed more than we produce for the last 10 years, which means when you consume more than you produce, your inventories decline. So, Joe, inventories are near historic lows. But it's been such a nightmare of a place to be that in America, the average age of farmers is 58. In Japan, it's 66. The highest rate of suicide in the UK is in agriculture. In Canada, the farmers are the oldest in recorded history. In Australia, it's 50. I mean, the farmers are dying out. In India, millions of farmers have committed suicide because it's a terrible business. So old people are going out of the business, and there are no young people coming in. More people in America last year studied public relations than study agriculture. I mean, nobody wants to be anybody in this room even know a farmer? There are a few people who know farmers. Anybody in this room a farmer? Is there a farmer in this room? But you all you're reasonably well educated. I bet very few people that you went to school with became farmers. But we don't have any farmers. And they're all studying PR or physical education or something. So we don't have any farmers. So farming has got to become much more profitable. We're not going to have any food at any price. The finance is going down again. The stockbrokers are going to be driving taxis. The smart ones will learn to drive tractors so they can work for the farmers. The farmers are going to have the Lamborghinis. So if any of you got MBAs, I urge you to rush out and try to turn it in for a farming degree if you can. You know, right now you might be able to get a good deal on an MBA, but soon you won't be able to.